Okay, welcome back to more of Zelda's butt. And we just got silver arrows in the last part, which is actually needed for a couple of the challenge dungeons. And I believe just to get into the challenge dungeons in the first place. Alright, we're gonna go through another bonus dungeon. Luckily this one is, nearby, like right at it already. So pretty much going to this big shell. And again, you need a super bomb to open that up. Alright, into the shell. And this place, not too big to go through, but you do get an item that you don't really need it, but it kind of helps you out for some of the other bonus dungeons. Nice little way to camouflage these land molas. Okay, so it looks like you're kind of stuck at the beginning. But if you use your magic eyeball, you see the kind of hidden passage here. And there are going to be a few of these in this place. So just kind of keep a note of that. Okay, this interesting sprite here, this is a super dark nut. It splits into basically two blue dark nuts. So you can use that for opportunities to get some health back. Yeah, you're gonna be fighting a few Gleeoks in this place. And that bubble's there just to annoy you. Just to take away your sword long enough. Although you can use your hammer, I mean, that does the same amount of damage. Again, with all the camouflage. Fire Boomerang is nice because I can just snipe away myself. Camouflage doesn't keep him safe from the boomerang. And here you can actually, you don't even need to use the lens there. You see the skeleton guy moving up that hidden passage there. And I'll pick up the map, which is again a pretty small dungeon and kind of does look like a shell in a way. your boomerang. Probably gonna get enough health refills. Luckily that fairy was still kind of flying around there. An easy way to take out these super darkness is just use the edge of the screen to your advantage. A good way to grind for refills. And this screen, actually I'm going to leave you. See, you can actually take out the Zold trebles the same way. I just thought I was actually damaging it without it splitting. Let you guys split because potential refills. Because you got this type of room, which is kind of a mess to deal with. 2 super manhandlers and 2 regular manhandlers. Yeah, that can get kind of messy. Hopefully you get pretty lucky with your, dropping bombs there, and hope you get some KOs. And kind of try to draw these 2 super dark nuts over to me. And just kind of snipe away at them. Get plenty of hearts back. Get my bombs back while I'm at it. I'm gonna have to spend money pretty soon. I'm trying to think of what else there is to buy. Besides more super bombs. I actually haven't bought a potion yet. But I don't even think the potions aren't even that expensive. Now this screen's a little bit tricky because there are actually traps, as you can kind of see the camouflage there, but there are traps here. And you kind of use that little, in this case the little snails kind of moving into that camouflaged area. Kind of gives you a hint there's probably something behind there. More super dark nuts in this room. Unfortunately, I have a pretty bad position, and you don't want to start from the top of the room, because that's probably the hardest part to start from. Alright, this room we got, actually it looks like 2 Gleeoks. I think that's 2 four-headed stacked together. basically gonna just try to take away your sword long enough that you can't do anything. Of course, if you get kind of beat up by that Gleeok, you can always go back to this room. Take out these super dark nuts. And get some hearts back that way, since they always respawn. It's kind of an easy way to prevent yourself from getting swarmed from both sides. Just cram up one of the sides. So make the enemies only appear from one end. And here you got another Gleeok, and I think this time it's 3 of them stacked together. Yeah, that might be easier just to try to tank it out, rather than try to get clever, because you really don't have that much space to maneuver, especially once you start getting a number of those Gleeok heads flying around. And get a magical charm, which is essentially the amulet. And at least a couple of the upcoming challenge dungeons have invisible enemies in them. In fact, I think the next one I'm going to has invisible enemies. Again, since these guys always respawn, you can just use these guys to get more, get some health back. And this actually takes you kind of on the inside of this circle. You couldn't get to this from, from the outside. And that's why you have this shell here. I might as well pick up the free piece of heart there. And if you go over here, you may have seen this point that you can dive in and you couldn't reach from outside. So if you go in here, you get into this underwater area. And there's pretty much, I believe, 3 of these, 3 different entrances. Each one of them nets you some goods. And pretty much you have to battle Patras. So these are what the oval Patras look like. It's kind of like fish. And the tricky part is not to get swarmed by these guys. You don't want to get cornered by them. So after you take out the group of Patras there, or, circle of fish, and pick up another piece of heart. And the easiest way out is just to use your whistle. I'm gonna have to spend some money here because I'm almost capping out. I'm trying to think there's a lot of money in the next bonus dungeon. So otherwise I might try to hold out until that point. Alright, so we got the magical charm in this part. Again, it's basically your amulet or cross or whatever you want to call it. And next part I'll go to one of the bonus dungeons and I'll show you why you need it. Alright, see you guys later.